This is a quick overview of how to use the ArcGIS Survey 123 app. This is a data form app for collecting field data or for data in the household even. It's really useful form-based approach to collecting data of any kind. If you haven't downloaded Survey 123 yet, go to your device's app store and download it. You can search for ESRI Survey 123 or ArcGIS Survey 123, and once you have downloaded the app, you'll see a green icon like you do in my upper right hand screen area. Pause the video until you have this downloaded. Otherwise, if you have it downloaded, let's go ahead and tap on the app to open it up. I wanted to show you a few basic things. You're going to need to log in. I'm going to go ahead and log out so that you can see that process. This is currently showing me all the forms I have on my device, so if this is your first time using the app, you probably won't see any forms. You'll see something like this screen here, and you'll want to sign in to your AGOL account. I'll do that real quick. And once you're signed in, again, you'll probably see that you do not have any forms downloaded if this is your first time using the app. And in order to do that, you're going to need to tap on the profile icon, which is in the upper right hand corner instead of the upper left like the other apps that we've reviewed. And you're just going to tap on the download surveys button. And then this is going to show you all the surveys that have been shared with you through groups or your organization. The one we're downloading for today's field activity is the Resource Academy Vegetation Maps Assessment number 2. You see that in the very top of my screen, and there's a little cloud with the arrow going down showing you that you can download this. The other option is if you already have it on your device, maybe it needs to be synchronized for bringing down any edits that have been made to the form by the form creator, and that's the 2 arrows that are chasing each other. But this is the first time I'm downloading this form, so I'm going to just tap on the cloud with the arrow. This is also like quick capture, a very small amount of data to download, so it should happen pretty quickly. And once it has downloaded, you see that the cloud turned to the arrows chasing each other. That means that I can synchronize edits to the form that have been made by the creator at this point, but none have been made because we just made this form today. So now you see it in this list. It's the Resource Academy Vegetation Maps Assessment Form. Tap on it and you'll see a little bit more information on the forms page. But basically, all you need to do to use this form, once you've navigated to the location where you want to actually collect the data, is just tap on the blue button in the bottom there that says Collect. And that's going to open up the form, and the fields that are required are noted by a red asterisk. You'll see here that basically all of the fields are required. Sometimes they're optional, and they won't have the red asterisk. The way this form has been created, and these forms could be created in many different ways, but a common feature of a form is to have a date and a time that are pulled directly from your device's onboard clock, and it's unnecessary to change that data unless for some reason you want to associate a different time with the record. For our field activity today, we just want to leave that alone. Once you've navigated to this point that you're going to collect data, you're going to go ahead and select your name from the drop down here. My name's not in here, so I'm going to go ahead and tap Other and type my name in here. And then you'll be asked to choose which map you're assessing, and there's up to 5 maps that you may have depending on what community you're living in. And we certainly want you to choose Audubon Vegetation Level 1, 2, and 3. I see I have a small edit that needs to be made in my drop down. I'll do that before class starts, but for the sake of this exercise, I'll choose level 2. The first question you'll be asked is to choose whether or not you think the map is accurately predicting basically the plant community that exists in the location that you are at. You can see below this section where it says the question, is the map accurate, some smaller text that it sort of elaborates on the question, and it says, does the map accurately predict the plant community you see on the ground at the map location? If the answer is no, you'll be asked to take a photo to sort of prove why you've chosen no. And I'll just show you, you tap on the camera icon, and then it'll show you what you're seeing. You can see my Xbox controller. But of course, when you're out in the field, you'll probably see some vegetation that shows that, for example, if the map says you're in shrub and you're actually in a meadow, you'll take a picture that says, hey, this is a meadow, it's not a shrub community, that kind of thing. And then the last thing I'll show you on this portion of the form is the location. You just tap on the circle that kind of looks like a sights, like a gun sights, and it's going to bring in your location from the device, and that's really all that's necessary to do to get your location. Of course, if the map is accurate, you're going to select the yes option for the map accuracy, and then you're going to be presented with some different questions, including, do you think the map is useful? So it may be that it says it's a shrub community, but maybe you don't think it's useful because it doesn't tell you what kinds of shrubs. It could be rusty Menziesea, it could be devil's club, it could be Sitka alder, etc. And so this is sort of a subjective question. It's up to you to pick whether you think the map that you're reviewing is useful or not. And if you say yes, it is useful, we're going to ask you to explain how is it useful. This is going to be a little text entry, and then again you'll have to take a photo to sort of prove your point. Like, if you think it's useful, explain why, and then take a photo that links to your explanation why. And then the same thing if you decide to choose no, the map is not useful, explain why, and then photo document your reasoning. Once you've completed the form, and the photo is required, so to proceed I'm going to have to go ahead and take a photo of my Xbox controller. Once you've completed the form, you can just, on the very lower right hand corner of this screen here, you just hit the check mark. Oh, I forgot to enter text of why it's useful. Just because is a terrible answer. Okay. Trying to make this bottom part of my screen go away. I'm not sure how to do that. There we go. And then I hit the check, and it's going to offer you with the option of sending the data now or saving it in the outbox. You can choose to send now or save in the outbox. If you do not have an internet connection, it won't be able to send it, and it'll place it in the outbox anyway. If you know you don't have an internet connection, you might as well choose save in the outbox. And then the instructions online that you can download to help you with this activity will explain that once you get back to town or any place you have access to the internet, you'll reopen the app just like you see here, and you'll open the form page, and then you see in the bottom of the screen where it says outbox, you'll tap on the outbox, and then you'll see at the bottom right it gives you the option to send the records that are listed there in the screen. So I'll just do that to demonstrate. Tap on send, and it's doing its thing to send the information. Depending on how many photos you end up taking, it could take a little while, on the also depending on the speed of your internet connection, but it shouldn't take too long. There, that record is now sent. You see now it's showing in the bottom there that I have one record that's been sent. That's basically it for this Survey 123 form. There again, there's a lot of variety in the kinds of Survey 123 forms you might use or you might create. So there's other tips and tricks we may go over as the course progresses, but for right now, this is the basics of how to use this Survey 123 form for assessing the vegetation maps today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.